Statistics, formation analysis, and geometrics have helped us identify the upside targets we met today from our Friday thesis. Our proprietary algorithms are suggesting a continuation to the upside, and it also coincides with our initial thesis. Let's pop open the charts for an edge over the coming sessions. Welcome back to the channel on this happy Monday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol STAL. Let's kill them. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol STAL on the bi-hourly chart. And I would like to point out something very critical here. This is the ARCa indicator, and it is one of the proprietary algorithms that we have for available for subscription right now. So go ahead and notice here that we got a long signal printed right down here when price action was at about 2 zeros and 15. And right now the price action is sitting currently at 2 zeros, and my goodness, let me get up there. That is 2 zeros and 8.6. So if we were to just measure here based on the strategy of the ARCa buy long and sell strategy, then currently we are sitting at about a 470% to the upside from the initial signal fired here. So as you can see here, we got another long signal down here. We got a short signal there, right? We got a long signal here. We got a short signal there. It will give you short-term time frame upside and downside thesis, right? So this is absolutely powerful. It does coincide with many exponential moving averages and crossover strategies paired with momentum, right, team? So yeah, this is incredibly powerful. Now, one more to kind of validate and give us the continuation to the upside is actually going to be the ARCa DBSI indicator, team. And this DBSI indicator is actually one of those indicators that actually give you the strength of the market, right? So this, I'm trying to just display to you the tools that I can make it a little easier, although I will tell you that I do not want you to make it easier. I want you to actually practice trading the real way, okay, team? But yes, these are tools that we use for advantages in the market, right? So this tool actually measures every single candle printed above the exponential moving average 13 period and every candle printed below it, and doing so throughout its it decides to do it on a look back period of a specific time frame, right? Upon doing so, it gives you the display here of a strength percentage, right? So right now you can see that on the bi-hourly time frame, the bulls are leading by 64% over the bears at 36%, and it does also have buy and sell signals. So this particular buy and sell signal is located right down here with this teal blue and this very dark pink, right? So meaning buy and sell, right? So another curious thing here is that we actually got another buy signal printed right up here at 2 zeros and 7.1 for a continuation to the upside, right? So now the X marks for consolidation periods before we can actually get another suggestion for buy and sell strategy, right, team? So that is actually two of the very many ARCa indicators that come in the subscription package. So go ahead and get in touch with us right over here to get yourself a subscription based on these algos, right, team? Actually, these algos themselves, you will own them. All right, so next chart here, team. This is the 8-hour time frame descending broadening wedge that we observed here, and this is one of the ways, right? Psychologically speaking, this is another way that we were able to tell that the upside is still not done, based on the take profit from the genesis of the formation, right? So that's per the playbook rules. That's how you play it, right? You get the take profit at the genesis. The genesis of the formation here is located at 1 cent flat, right? 100. So yeah, at the close on Friday, we were sitting right up here at 2 zeros and 6.2, right? And we were determining that the upside targets here, based on statistics and discretion, we were able to notice that 2 zeros and 70 and 2 zeros and 8 were going to be those topside targets. I think I even had a 2 zero and 8.3 on another chart somewhere else. Yeah, right over here. I had a 2 zero and 8.3 located right there from the statistics, right? So we ended up getting a topside of 2 zeros and 8.8. So not bad. Very close to the stats and to the discretion that we had presented here. So now that we actually came back and validated here an 8-hour closure, two 8-hour closures upside of this resistance of 2 zeros and 8.0, I can see that the price action may continue on to the upside now. Okay, so I want to point something very, very. I guess I can say that it's kind of like mosquitoes when you see I know you're thinking like what? We just went from stocks to mosquitoes? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so when you have those lights, right? Those mosquito catcher lights thing, the really bright lights where they get zapped, right? That is kind of how humans behave in the trade. And here on the 12-hour and the daily time frame, this is a critical moving average right up here. That is the SMA 200, right? So if we're able to cross upside of the SMA 200 on the daily time frame, that would indicate the first indications actually of a bull market, right? For this particular ticker, right? So it's a critical moving average for us to cross over on the daily. And I want you to notice here that the asset has never been upside of that SMA 200 ever. And if ever it did have enough juice here, it may have been over it for like 3 days. And here again for another 5 days or something. So we are reaching a critical resistance. And I will say that volume here is suggesting such a massive upside, unlike any of the other upsides that it has ever witnessed, right? So yeah, this is a goodness gracious. Yeah, all of this. This is an incredible amount of increasing volume here, and that usually is strength to the bulls in particular, right? So this is definitely long risk on, right? So let's go ahead and continue here and see what the probabilities are for us to get this top side that could be located at around 0114. Now, also remember that in full discretion, I was talking about the potential of going all the way up here to 0121 and 0129 based on a FOMO candle. So it's curious that we do have the SMA 200 located right up there already. Okay, let's move on to the next chart. So because we already met the upper bound of the fifth standard deviation of 587.02% to the upside, now because we already got that was the this one right here, the 20s and A3, right? So now that we completed that, I have also calculated further beyond the mean, right? So now we have the sixth standard deviation calculation here, the upper bound of it, and that gives us a 686.45% move to the upside from the firing of the initial signal, which happened down here at 20 and 12. Me personally, I started looking at this ticker when we were at about 20 and 20, just a little over that, right? There was this. This was about 11 months ago. It was a while back, but yeah. So nonetheless, I want to display to you how the statistics are possible, right? So this is based on a historical volatility versus momentum criteria backtest, and that consists of any time that volatility has contracted into the critical zone of 15 percentile and started an expansion phase towards the upside, paired with momentum. I have taken note of every single iteration that has happened in the STAL asset, right? The STAL asset over the daily time frame and throughout its entire trading history, right? So these are all the sample sets here that we actually were able to gather over here as a complete data set, right? So you can see here that out of the 10 iterations, historically speaking, 6 were guessed correctly to the upside, giving us a 60% upside probability with an average upside thrust of 89.86%. We knocked that out of the park right away, right? So, and then because we have this here, we also continued to calculate the upper bounds. I'm sorry. Well, we calculated the standard deviation, right? Which would be on a normal curve or a standard distribution curve, the 68% of the results, right? So that gave us a 99.43% move to the upside. But the critical thing here is not the fact that we beat it. The critical thing is that now from this standard deviation, we're able to calculate the upper bounds and lower bounds of the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and now sixth standard deviations, right? So now we can gather the 686% move to the upside and speculate here, right? So from 20 and 12, let's go ahead and measure that 645% move to the upside. What was it again? 686, sorry. Let's go ahead and put it right up here. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get closer than that, right? Let me see if I could. And let me get rid of these. 686 is going to be a little tough, but it's all good if we can, right? Oh, Can I? Yep. So I guess 686.32 is close enough, and that is indicating what man. What do you know, right? So 2 zeros and 9 5. So we're talking about 3 zeros and 5 cents away from the 1 cent mark that we are talking about, team. So that is absolutely confluent. The upper bound of the sixth standard deviation, safe to say that it is clean. The resistance level right up here of the take profit from the descending broadening wedge on an 8-hour time frame. So incredible times here that we have the statistics meeting the discretionary targets, the psychological targets, and also the geometric targets, right? So geometrics are actually coming up to 102 right up here at the 3 spot 272, and also the 2 spot 272 at 103. So very close, very close in proximity to all those targets, right? So yeah, team, that's what I'm actually looking at right now. Upside looks to be continuing here. I know that you're going to say that there is a resistance on that SMA 14, but please know that that resistance is absolutely temporary. And the reason I say this is because we are about to enter the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile of the RSI, right? So this is bull strength, this is bear strength. Bear weakness, bull weakness. Every single junction here has a gravitational zone, 2% up and 2% down. This SMA 14 is sitting definitely within that gravitational zone. There's a high likelihood of price action or the RSI signal represented by the teal line to succeed the upside of that SMA 14 in the immediate short term. Okay, team, so another indication that could tell you that is the 15-minute time frame already creating a bullish crossover upside of that SMA 14 represented by the pink line. 10-minute time frame, same situation here. And the 5-minute time frame, I would assume as well, right? So quick little pullback here before a continuation to the upside, bouncing from the from the SMA. I would say, I don't know if the SMA 14 could actually make it all the way up there, but definitely from the gravitational zone of the previous zone. And then an upside continuation could happen. So now moving on to let me try the bi-hourly time frame, right? Oh, damn, right. So bi-hourly and 3-hour are actually using their SMA 14 for a bounce and continuation to the upside. It looks like the 6-hour, although still very much overextended here, still suggesting an upside bias. And jumping into the 12-hour time frame, yep, overextended as well, but still suggesting an upside in absolute percentage discovery. There's nothing up there, historically speaking, for resistance, right? And the daily time frame, yeah, it's completely beyond the 83 spot 71%. It is currently sitting at 90 spot 68. So remember, these are just averaged and delayed. They could technically continue over buying forever, right? But of course, nothing goes forever. Just know that. And the reason why I have my algorithm here, this is the ARQ Div 1 strategy. This is a divergence locator within the RSI momentum indicator, right? So it's the RSI signal only paired with a locator that gives you both varieties, or actually all varieties of divergent signals, right? So that would be the opposition of price action, major higher highs or major higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows, compared to the price, compared to the higher highs, or the opposition, right, of the higher highs, higher lows, and lower highs of the momentum indicator. So here it auto locates for you, and this is actually giving you a huge bi-daily bullish divergence right down here. And you can see this is massively validated, and it's now in the bullish control zone, suggesting a very convincing upside pivot here. Moving on to the 3-day time frame, it is absolutely inside of the bull strength percentile, outside of the gravitational zone down here, so no danger there. And you can see here that the 5-day time frame is about to get to the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile. So this may very well get a continuation to the upside here, and still make our top side moves that we are looking for, right, team? So yeah, I am looking for anywhere between the 100, right, being the 1 cent mark, to the top side of about 121 to 129 over the next few days. So now you know the upside targets. Please remember that we could face a little bit of a pullback here in the initial part of the day, which could be indicative of getting a pullback all the way down to an adjusted, because we have a gap now on the 8-hour time frame. So this can be an adjusted zone of 2 zeros and 6/8 to 2 zeros and 80. Okay, so just in case, that is your range for a potential support bounce before a continuation to the upside, and it could be very well short-lived. All right, team. So, yeah, I think that's about it for this. For this video. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.